Hello and welcome back to another episode of Exploring with Ash and Jake. Today on Ash and Jake, we're going to be talking about the Reptilian conspiracy theory and people who are suspected to be famous reptilians. About 12 million people across the United States believe that we are governed by or ran by reptilian people. So I'm going to go ahead and get into that. I'm going to go ahead and read a couple little things here that I'm looking at on Google. It says reptilians are supposed to be reptilian humanoids which play a prominent role in fantasy, science fiction, ufology, and conspiracy theories. So this next part, I'm just going to go ahead and read to you a quick blurb from the Behind the Belief of Lizard People. So it says, according to the lizard people theory, bloodthirsty reptilians are aliens that first arrived on Earth in ancient times. Since these beings have been merging with humans through manipulation of DNA as well as interbreeding with human population, the goal of this process was to gain control of the world by obtaining positions of power and influence royalty, politicians, popular entertainers, etc. Approximately 4% of Americans believe the lizard people theory. Now, this was also an article written in 2019 compared to 2023, where over 12 million people believe that we are being governed by reptilian people. Let's see, it says, this theory seems to have been most popular in the early 2000s with a steady number of believers remaining to this day. To me, these claims seem rather fascinating, but I don't know, we're going to do a little bit more digging because this seems intriguing, and I want to see if they can pull up any pictures. Supposedly there's videos of people that we know that are famous that are accused of being reptilians or aliens. So I'm going to dive into that as well.
Doesn't even look real.
This little tooth that sticks out here.
Fans claim they saw Justin Bieber turn into a giant reptile.
In simple terms, there is a predator race.
Just to be clear, there's no evidence that an alien race of 12 feet tall, blood-drinking reptilian humanoids secretly controls the world.
Are the allegations true that you're secretly a lizard? I'm gonna have to go with no.
Still, this conspiracy theory is driving some people to murder.
Their father confessing to authorities that he killed them. He believed his children possessed serpent DNA.
Now on with your emergency.
He grabbed me and he told me, you press this trigger. Oh my God! He's dead! He's dead!
A lot of conspiracy theories claim there's some people walking around. Well, that's because, as the theory goes, these aliens are shapeshifters.
The Queen and Prince Philip are not human. They shapeshift from human form into lizard form.
According to believers, most prominent politicians, business people, and celebrities are secretly reptiles.
So the core tenets of the reptile alien conspiracy theory are that a group of lizard-like humanoid aliens, often said to be from the planet Alpha Draconis, came to Earth in ancient times and have either intermarried with humans or simply taken human form in order to pose as our leaders and take control of the human race. And if we step out of line, they murder us.
That's how much Bill Gates is a reptilian. He was just shape-shifting, growing a big-ass long tail.
And online, lizard hunters scour images of famous people looking for moments when they accidentally drop their human design.
See the neck? See the ridges, the bone comes all the way across, stops here.
Sherry Shriner was one of the most popular online reptile sleuths.
Just a poor woman who lives in the backwoods of Ohio. I'm trying to save mankind, kill off the aliens.
But Shriner didn't just analyze celebrity faces. She was also a prophet of doom, an apocalyptic preacher spreading the reptile gospel to an audience of tens of thousands through platforms like Facebook and YouTube.
Look at YouTube, type in reptilian humans or reptilian shapeshifters or cloned humans. This is stuff I've been hammering about for over a decade.
According to her, not only were actors and world leaders secret serpents, but most humans, including your own friends and family, could not be trusted.
Most of the people we're looking at are fakes. Out of every 4 humans, only 1 is real, has real human DNA.
She demanded money and devotion from her followers. And in 2012, The 22-year-old died of an apparent suicide, seeming to believe her demise would somehow aid Shriner's cosmic war against evil. Pengilly's loved ones blamed Shriner for their loss.
I think Sherry Shriner is a predator. And like the epitome of evil.
Things would really come to a head 5 years later in 2017, when one of Shriner's followers killed another.
Now on with your emergency.
He grabbed me and he told me, "You press this trigger." Oh my God! He's dead. He's dead.
The woman convicted of what some called a cult murder is sentenced in Monroe County today.
I mean, it's crazy that they're saying this stuff about me. Reptilian man killer.
It all started when Shriner turned on Barbara Rogers, a follower.
She started calling me a reptile. She started attacking me because I wasn't worshiping her the way everybody else.
For 14 years, I had suicidal thoughts. I felt like killing myself over this.
On July 15, 2017, Rogers killed Mineo with his own gun.
He took the gun and started putting it into my hand. He goes, "Here, take it, point it at me. Point it." He just starts grabbing it, saying, "Just put it in my hand." And he goes, "Point it at me and shoot it right now."
Rogers claimed Mineo wanted to kill himself and had dragged her into his suicidal moment. She was convicted of third-degree murder and sentenced to 15 to 40 years in prison. But there was little accountability for Sherry Shriner, the couple's online prophet. She died of a heart attack in 2018, still claiming Rogers was a reptile or a clone. This was far from the only case of violence involving conspiracy theories about alligator men. Take Isaiah Gentry, an Arizona teen who stabbed his dad in 2020.
Police say Gentry told them he tried to kill his father because a, quote, shape-shifting reptile had taken over.
Man is in jail after prosecutors say he killed his brother Sunday night, stabbing him in the head with a sword.
Or Anthony Quinn Warner, who in 2020 set off a bomb in Nashville, Tennessee on Christmas Day, killing himself and injuring 8 others. Days before the bombing, he sent packages and letters to friends explaining his belief in lizard conspiracy theories.
Warner wrote, "They put a switch into the human brain so they could walk among us and appear human."
And if you are a person who is prone to violence, who's prone to conspiracy theories, you're going to look at this reptile elite as part of the New World Order, part of the deep state that is controlling you, that's keeping you down, and you're going to fight back against it. So what you have in these killings are people who feel like they're genuinely fighting for humanity, they're protecting themselves, protecting their families by taking action against these lizard aliens.
The first lizard conspiracy death involved killing Girly Chew.
When you decide you're going to commit murder, you decide that you're going to trade your life for theirs. I did that.
The 2 killers, who were sentenced to life in prison, met at a David Icke conference.
And he is gonna go down in history as a legend! David Icke!
Icke, a former sports announcer from the UK, is the granddaddy of today's reptilian lore. After declaring himself the son of God on television in 1991, Icke became a prolific writer on conspiracy theories and otherworldly topics.
They demand human sacrifice. That's where Satanism comes in.
He introduced his version of the reptilian conspiracy in the 90s.
This extraterrestrial race interbred with humanity, creating hybrid bloodlines.
Icke's critics have pointed out that much of his reptilian vision seems to be plagiarized from the 1983 miniseries V.
The visitors were lying. They were.
Another thing I want to share really quick is, this article, hundreds of fans claim they saw Justin Bieber turn into a giant reptile. Look at this. This is according to some screenshots posted in the newswire.com, though Justin, who's been down under as a part of the Purpose World Tour, shapeshifted into a giant reptile complete with gross colored scales in front of hundreds of terrified fans. His head shrunk and his eyes went black with a stripe down the middle, and screenshots. Let's see, he grew a feet taller and had gross colored scales all over his body. It happened so fast, everyone started screaming and crying, and a lot of people were running for the exits. I don't know. I call BS on this, but let's see, let's continue on down here. It was saying something about, they also had another allegation, like back in 2014, about his eyes changing color and him doing things only lizards can do. So I thought that was very... I guess the question that I leave you with is, do you think reptilian people are real? Do you think they're not real? Do you think our world is run by reptilians? Or are they just regular everyday people, and these people are just out there with rampant conspiracy theories? Or maybe they're mentally ill. Let me know in the comments what you think. I did read another link, and it's apparently called the Lost City of Reptilians in Los Angeles. And apparently there's like a little backstory about this like city that no one knows about in LA where reptilian people lived. So I think it's very, very interesting. I mean, obviously there are so many theories out there about aliens. Who's to say that these reptilian alien people don't live amongst us? I mean, I guess in this day and age, anything anything is possible. Anything. I mean, for crying out loud, they have the Titanic in